Hey everybody, this is Greg Gossett from Gossett Trading and Mentoring Live, and today is Friday, February 26th, and today we have three things happening. One, it's the last hour of the trading day. Two, it's the last hour of the trading week. And three, it is the last day of the trading month. So, thank you all for coming today. I appreciate it. I hope you are doing well. We are, like I mentioned before, we are in the last hour of the trading day. This is my favorite time to make the majority of my buying and selling decisions for my swing trades. And I say this because at the end of the day, the large financial institutions come in. This is when they do a lot of their business in selling or buying their stocks. I think they're the most well informed. I think they have very, very smart people, best technology, best information. And in my opinion, making your buying and selling decisions right at the end of the day, right before the market closes, based upon what the large financial institutions are doing, is the long-term edge. It will be a long-term edge in your trading. So, as I mentioned, I appreciate everybody coming. I hope you had a good week. We had a big, crazy day yesterday, but today is Redemption Friday. I think Quad Racer would call this Redemption Friday. So it's really nice to have a big, nice up day today. So speaking of currently, it's a weird day. The Dow is down 245 points on top of yesterday's 400 or whatever it was. But the NASDAQ rallying nicely today, up 177 points. Up 1.36%, and the S&P is also up 13 points, up 0.37%. So tale of two cities here. Dow Jones down 240, NASDAQ up 170. So it's been interesting when you see these divergences in the different indexes. So people have an appetite for tech again today. So here is the plan for today. First of all, we are going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer. Secondly, we're going to come back. We're going to take a look at my current positions. We're going to talk about when I bought them, why I bought them, how I'm going to manage them going forward. After that, I did have three nice day trades that I'm going to share with you. After that, we're going to go over to the board. We're going to take a look at my students' positions, see how those are doing. And I see a lot of green over there, so that should be fun to go over and take a look at that. After that, I would like to talk a little bit about trader psychology. Most important skill that you can learn in trading. I say it every day, everybody, but it is true. Please believe me, it is the most important skill you will ever learn. And whatever it takes to get your personality in order, to get your mindset right, to where you become disciplined, that's what you need to do. Whether that is having your boyfriend or girlfriend or husband or wife or brother or sister, whatever, or just a friend. Take a look at your trades, like a little trade chaperone, right? Or look at your results. Something that makes you accountable to somebody will have a dramatic influence in your trading. Years back, I actually hired a guy to take a look at my trades, make sure I was doing everything right. I knew how to trade. I knew I was a good trader, but I also knew my own worst enemy could be me. And it was money well spent. I'll tell you what, I'm not saying you have to go out and hire somebody, but maybe a friend or somebody will do something for you. And after a while, then you'll get in the habit, and then maybe after a while you won't need them, right? So just some thoughts, but we are going to talk about trader psychology. After that, I have gone down through my watch list. I have gone down through the results of Kamal's scanner today. I have three requirements whenever I'm looking to enter a new trade. First, I need to have a confluence or a combination of indicators lining up on multiple time frames. That is requirement number one. Requirement number two, I need to make sure I have a good risk to reward, even if I have a good confluence or combination of indicators. Sometimes people, it's hard for them to grasp this, right? Well, it's a great setup. All sorts of things are going on. Yes, it is, but you also need to factor in risk to reward. I look at risk to reward about more than anything I do, especially in my day trading too. So at least a 2-to-1. You have to be able to make $200 or more if you're risking $100. And then number three, it's the psychology part of it. Be a little contemplative. before you hit that buy button, ask yourself, do I really need this position? Do I already have positions that are in this industry? How much account heat do I have? Or in other words, how many positions or what percent of my capital is already at risk? Right? 60% is the maximum that I ever go. And I learned that from Steve Burns, and it has suited me well. So, and then lastly, there's been a lot of volatility in the market. Please take some time, account for the volatility. When volatility is increasing, you should be buying fewer shares. Volatility is decreasing, you can go ahead and buy a little bit more because of the decreased volatility. All right. So I do have some end of day candidates. I think I have some pretty good ones, actually. Some pretty big names, real good deep dip buy setups. So we'll be looking at those. I have a handful. So at the end of the day, we'll go through each one, fine tooth comb. We'll look at how many indicators are lining up, what kind of triggers we have on multiple time frames. Are there good risk to reward ratios? And then we'll take a few seconds and think, okay, do I really need this? Do I already have positions in the same industry? And maybe that will make me not take it. Who knows? We're going to see, right? But if I do find something that meets my criteria at the end of the day, I will go ahead and purchase it right before the market closes. Then after the market closes, if you have any questions for me, please put them in the chat. I'm happy to answer. That's why I'm here, to help explain and help to teach. All right. If you have any stock symbols that you would like me to look at before the end of the day, just put them in the chat. Put an emoji or an asterisk by it so I know it's time sensitive. I've changed the format of the show around so that I have more time to do that. So take advantage of that if you like. And then lastly, if any of my students have any new additions or subtractions to the board today that they would like me to put up, if you could just please be so kind wait until the market's closed before you tell me about those. And that way I have plenty of time to get them all updated after the market close and the pressure's off and I'm done teaching, all that kind of stuff, right? We're off the clock. Okay, well, that's the plan for today. Sound good? So hang tight. I'm going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer and I will be back in about 40 seconds. Thank you. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Please carefully read and/or listen to the U.S. government required disclaimer before watching this video or live stream broadcast. The video link and disclaimer text are located in the description section of this video or live broadcast, here and here. Thank you so much. All right, let's see who is here today. Make sure my mic's on. Check and check. Lava is here. Good to see you, Lava. Always nice to see you, my friend. Hope you are having a good day. Johan is here. Hello, everyone. Hello, Johan. Good to see you. Sunny. Hello, Sunny. My favorite name of all time. Greetings, Greg and all. Hello, Sunny. Gary is here. Hello, Greg and group. Hi, Gary. Good to see you. Packy is here. Paxton is back. Good to see you, Paxton. Hope you're doing well. Miko is here. Happy Friday, everyone. Hello. Good to see you, Miko. Always liked working with Miko. Good guy. Hope you and the family are all great. Kamal is here. Hey, buddy. Good to see you. Thank you for everything that you do for the channel, your friendship, the scanner. Appreciate all of that, Kamal. Quad says, happy Friday, Greg and group. Hello, Mr. Quad. Good to see you, bud. Hope you are having a really nice day. Steve Burns is here. Steve, a couple things. One, thank you for including me on your list today, your Friday follow list on Twitter. I really always appreciate that. And thank you for all the great content that you put out to help us, to make us and help us become better investors and traders. All the content you put out on Twitter. And then lastly, thank you for being here, Steve. I really appreciate it. I'm always excited to see you. And I know I know everyone else is as well. Steve says 2 hours from the weekend and to this crazy price action. Yes, cheers to that, right? 100%. William N 9N. Hello, William. Good to see you. Hello from Miami. Good to see you. Thank you for checking in from Miami, William. Thank you for coming. Anything I can help you with, please let me know. Dan says, hi, Greg and Gossett Familia. Hello, Mr. Dan. Hope you're doing well in Florida today. Frank says, hello, Greg and group. Always nice being here. Always an honor to have you here, Frank, with your poems, all the great things that you do. Thank you, sir. I always appreciate that. I really, really do. Excuse me. My voice a little bit. Excuse me, sorry. Steve Burns says 520 EMA on A, B, and B after earnings, but very chasey after today's run-up. So let me write that down. Thank you for that, Steve. Steve always has such great crossover information that sometimes I miss, and I definitely missed that one. So we'll take a look at that for sure. Nigma is here. Hi, good to see you. I always seem to have a little tough time speaking when I start the podcast. It's because I don't speak to anyone usually during the day. Today I did, but it just crossed my mind that it's like sometimes it's the first time of the day that I've spoke. Iron Mountain. Oh no, is this going to be one of those ones? Yeah, this is one of those ones that's not updating on my chart, Nigma. I some days it works, sometimes it hasn't, but when I go to these smaller stocks, if I wait here a minute, it might update, but this is showing yesterday's. Is that up or down? I guess I can look for myself. So it's up today. So even without this bar updating, I can tell that this would not be something I would be interested in, Enigma, because it's up today. We're like at the second ATR channel. 92% of prices fail at the third ATR channel. So if I get up close to it, then I'm pulling that rubber band pretty tight. If you go to the middle of the value zone and you pull up, once you get to that third ATR channel, it's pulled pretty tight and wants to snap back down. Sometimes you pull it and it snaps and it just goes, but more times than not, it does not. So I wish this would update. Yesterday I didn't have any problems. I don't know, but I apologize. But just looking, I can just tell looking at this, for the way that I trade. I mean, look what's, if it's up today, we're up near this area. So it's not something I would, it's not the type of trade that I would take, but it doesn't mean it can't go up. But statistically, I think it has more chance of going down than up. So that's just my 2 cents worth. Steve says Adobe has an under over the 200. Okay, thank you. I wrote that down. Timothy is here. Hello, Tim. Good to see you, bud. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Carlos is here. Hello, Greg and all from sunny California. Happy Friday. Happy Friday to you, Carlos. Good to see you, my friend. Carlos is a current student of mine, doing really, really well. Steve says Amazon under back over the 200. Yeah, that's the main one I am looking at today, as a matter of fact, Steve. Is the under over 200 on Amazon. Carlos says, I'm back up and running with Trade Navigator. I figured it out. Thank goodness. Oh, thank goodness. I'm glad. Amazon. Yeah. So that's on my list. We have a close under and a close back over the 200. That is a legitimate back-tested approach. Deep dip buy approach on Amazon. It has an under 200, over 200. The risk isn't too bad either. I mean, we're pretty close to over the 200. The one thing I don't like, however, is we had the big down bar yesterday and we rallied right to the halfway and got stuck. I look for those things a lot. So yesterday's bar went down, we rallied, we got to the 50% and failed. So that's my only hesitation on Amazon today, but I'll have to make a game time decision at the end of the day. William says, hi, Steve. There you go. Carlos says, absolutely. Thank you, Steve. Thank you for accepting me into the group. Great. Frank has a poem. Awesome. Always look forward to these. Let me put this up here. Okay. And thank you for this, Frank, as always. From numbers From numbers and lines, our trades get defined. Okay, from numbers and lines, our trends get defined. That's true. A process of patterns we learn by design. Good traders are patient as they wait for a sign because they know a well-placed trade feels oh so divine. That's good. That is good stuff. From numbers and lines, our trades get defined. A process of patterns we learn by design. Good traders are patient as they wait for a sign because they know a well-placed trade feels oh so divine. And it's true. A well-placed trade, when everything lines up and it's a clean trade, I call them clean trades. Man, I love them. I know exactly what to do with them. They make sense. The key is knowing when you have a real good clean trade compared to a trade that you're just trying to, in your mind, make a clean trade. And there is a difference. Steve says DPZ back over the 30 RSI. So let me write that down as well. That's Domino's Pizza. Yeah, clap, clap. That is good. Gary says, Steve, will you be rolling the SPY options or keeping them to expiration? I sold half yesterday for a profit, but losing on the rest today. Gold under the 30 RSI. Yeah, gold's gotten whooped up on. Oh, yes. So that could be a potential. I don't see a lot of things other than a possible under over 30. I'd like it a lot better if we had a double bottom with a bullish divergence or a V1. It did hold support at the -5 ATR channel. Let's go over the week. Oh, that was my ad vibe. Another profit target. Bam. Right there. Oh, first profit target of the day. I'll take it. Okay. Steve says, no, I am holding my SPY puts if the VIX 1030 cross, as long as the 1030-day EMA crossover holds. I did buy Teladoc at the 200-day. Oh, good. Yes, Frank, I'm very happy to put your trades up. So remind me at the end there, and we'll get it all done. Gary says, thank you, Steve. Johnson is here. Hello, Greg. Happy Friday. Good to see you. Kamal says, DKNG. Unreal. I apologize, Kamal. Today I'm having these issues again. I don't know how to understand it. I have been on the phone so many times and have done all these updates, but gosh darn it, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Kamal. Maybe you can explain it to me. Is it a V2? Steve also says, I will buy KMX if the 520 holds. So we'll look at that as well. Okay. ISRG, I'm scared to even look if I get this one. Gosh dang it. Guys, I apologize, man. I apologize. I don't know what it is. I don't have this issue until I start the podcast, and I didn't have it yesterday at all. I thought we had it fixed. All right. Well, listen, let's get over to my current trades. Kamal, Gary, and I bought AdVibe at 107.17 with this higher low V1 bullish engulfing bar. I bought it at 107.17, moved sideways the next day, held our stop, and had a huge big up day. We took some profits down yesterday, but today up nicely. And you heard that sound. That was some of my positions going off at my first profit target at 108.48. So in at 107.17. Currently it's 108.48. That's up 1.04% today. So good for Gary, Kamal, and myself. Baba, finally some green. I will be exiting Baba. This was a bad trade for me this week. Good setup, but bad trade. 520 crossover is a long-term back-tested approach, but This is a weekly trade, so it's Friday. I'm making my decision at the end of the day and end of the bar, excuse me, which is Friday. 5 cross back under 20. I will be getting out of Alibaba and just taking the loss on this one. Lily, Kamal Quad Racer and I did buy Lily back here on the 23rd of February at 202.48. And nice return to value, V2, false breakout to the downside. Again, bought at 202.48. Next day went up nicely. Yesterday it held pretty good considering the big down day we had. And today it's up 1.44%. Did hit one profit target here at 206.08. All right. As a matter of fact, though, Tracy, if you're there, I put in the order at 206.08, but you see how it opened at 206.70? So even though I put the profit target at 206.08, I really got filled at about 206.70 because it gapped over my profit target. So this one's looking good. No problems there. SPY trade, holy smokes, finally had an overnight SPY trade that was good. I bought yesterday at 382.33, sold today at 384.44. So not too bad there at all. Last few days, more losses than gains, but have had a nice gain on here. And then also we have here Gary bought puts, the 382 puts expiring March 1st, $325 per contract. This is a bearish position, so he wants it to go down. Steve also bought puts expiring March 1st, 381 puts, $451 based upon the VIX with the 1030 EMA crossover. So that is a bearish position. They want it to go down. It is up though today at the moment, which obviously goes against their position. So anyway, but they just mentioned that in the chat. So they're holding that as long as the 1030 continues to cross over. And you know, I don't think we're done and out of the woods in this market, honestly. So I think holding those puts is probably a decent idea. WBA, Gary and myself, we did buy WBA at 49.16 with the V2 false breakout to the downside. Next day went skyrocketing up, hit one profit target, and then of course we had that big down day. And today it went down. It went below my stop on this trade at 48.18, but currently it is above. So if it closes above, I will hold it. I will hold it. I am down on the trade, but I will hold it. Qs. All right. So this was a really good trade for me this week. I did short the Qs last Friday because of a combination of indicators, a lot of them to the short side. We kept going higher. MACD kept going lower, showing momentum was running out. We also had an over 70, under 70, which is a bear sign. We had a V1 to the downside, and so I shorted at 330.74. I took a profit target at 325.39. I took a profit target at 315.50, and I took a profit target at 314.30. So this has been a big trade for me to the short side, down 4.3% today. We did not reject the 50 RSI, so I will be holding this short position. I will be holding the short position. Had we rejected the 50, gone under and over, I would have covered half. I would have bought half to get out of half. But up today, but you can see this has been a really good trade, and I am going to keep this short trade. WSM. All right, I did buy WSM here at 127.58. False breakout to the downside with the V2. Stop was my red line here, halfway the washout bar. Next day went right up for us, then down, and then I don't know what happened here, but it recovered nicely. So we kept it, went up. Yesterday went up, hit some profit targets, and today up nicely, up 3.2%. And I already hit a profit target today at 130.76. So this has been a pretty good trade. All in all, from entry to current price, it's up 3.68%. All right, Apple. I did have some Apple trades today. I'll show you those. I'm going to go backwards in time here. I was talking about risk to reward and how important risk to reward is to me. This is the 5-minute bars. I know it looks a little hard to see here, but we had a close under, close over the 200. I didn't buy it there. I was concerned about it, just a big move back down, but the next bar came back down, tested the 200, closed above it again. So it gave me 2 confirmations of rejecting the 200-day. Also, it came down to about halfway of the first bar and bounced off that. That made me feel confident in buying it. I bought it at 123.73. Next bar moved up a little bit. Next bar moved up big, so I sold half. Next bar had another big thrust up. I sold another half of a half, and then I had it close below the previous day's low. So this was a really nice trade. In at 123.73. In at 123.73, sold at 123.87, sold at 124.06, and sold at 124.28. And then earlier in the day, I also had a nice trade on Apple here. This one was a little scary. This is a little bit out of my comfort zone, but we had this big bullish engulfing bar. We had a 520 crossover. I decided to hold my nose and buy it. It seemed like the market was taking back off, and it worked out. So we had the 520 crossover. We had the test of these lows. So I bought it here at 122.87. Next bar moved up. Next bar moved up. I usually get out of half if I have 2 big up bars. I got out of half at 123.48. And we had another big thrust up bar, closed above the 200. I got out at 123.91. And then here we closed below the 200. That's where I got out. So I got in at 122.87, out at 123.48, out at 123.71, and out at 123.91. So good trades there. And then lastly, Walmart. Walmart has been down so much that I just have been looking for day trades, and I found a good one here. And here's another example, everybody. We had an under 30, over 30. I did not take it. I wanted to see if it could come down a little bit so I could increase my risk to reward. It did. When it came right down to the, you see how it closed above the third ATR channel? When it came right back down to the negative third ATR channel, that's where I bought. It's closer to my stop. My stop would have been, a close below halfway of this washout bar. I bought it there. It immediately rallied up. We came back down. We tested it again. And then I knew I was in good shape and off to the races. So I bought at 130.17. I sold half at 130.40. Had another big thrust up bar. I sold another half of a half at 130.49. And then here we get a close below the previous day's low. So I got in at 130.17. I got out at 130.37, out at 130.40, and out at 130.49. So that's pretty good. That was pretty good. So day trading has been really good today. Good this month, as a matter of fact. All right, let's take a look at your positions. Kamal bought Facebook at 262.30. It is currently 264.30. Currently it's 262.70. It is up today. It's off of its high, but I'm sure that feels like a win for Kamal after yesterday's big down move. We also have a close under 200, over 200. That is legitimate. If it closed closer to the 200, I might consider. I don't think I would chase it up here, especially, but there was a lot of selling up in this area already, I can tell. Anyway, glad that came back for you today, Kamal. Square. Jatton. Is that the only one we have? Is Jatton in at 245? Okay, it's 228.29. So yeah, that one's down. I think I just forgot to take that one off. And then we have NVAX, which is one of the biggest trades I've seen in a long time, and that is from our poet friend Frank. He bought it at 135. It got all the way up to 326. Holy hamburgers, or holy Hannah, take your pick. Frank sold 90% somewhere up in this area. He's keeping a 10% trailer. It is coming down. Doesn't surprise me. Big move up, coming back down. I might be interested in buying this, as a matter of fact, as it comes back down from this low to this high, 50%, that's right about where it is. So that's a 50% retracement of the move up. So interesting. Just want to throw that out there. Boeing. Kamal bought Boeing at 217.50. Went down, had a huge move up yesterday. We came down, was a little up today, and it's negative again, unfortunately. I do have this still on here, Kamal. I don't know if that's correct or not. USO, Tracy bought USO at 39.91. Had a huge move up. Big day down today on oil, though, on USO, down 2.73%, but still up on the trade. Tesla, Quad Racer bought Tesla at 698. It's currently 679.68, so it is down on the day and down on the trade. Monster, who was this? Oh, this was Dan. Dan bought Monster here right around 684. I don't know if he sold it the next day on the big move up or yesterday. He'll have to inform us of that. And then BYD, Tracy bought BYD all the way back here at 47.38. Yesterday it had a close over 70, close under 70, V2 to the downside, lost the third ATR channel. I think I just saw somewhere Tracy and I only sold half. Okay, well, good. Okay. Sold one half. Good. Great. Perfect. Perfect. Well, I'm glad you still have that other half. And I think that's it. So listen, before we start looking at potential end of day trades, I just want to talk a little bit about trader psychology, get away from the charts for just a second. And, there's some really great channels on Facebook and Twitter that I like to follow that have really good trading words of wisdom. They're free. They make a lot of sense. You should read them. They're extremely valuable, but they're free. So why not take the time to read them, internalize them? Of course, my favorite poster of all time is Steve Burns, who's right here with us right now in the live stream. He is, of course, over at S. Joseph Burns over on Twitter. Do yourself a favor. Please follow him on Twitter and read everything he posts. Also, go over to newtraderu.com. That's Steve's website. He has online courses, all of his books, great articles. All of his books are also available on Amazon. That's how Steve and I got to know each other, because I read his books about 18,000 times, all of them. And they've really helped my trading. I've taken his online courses. And so if you haven't ever tried, go over to newtraderu.com, and I think you're really going to enjoy it. There's some real valuable content. But let's see what Steve has to say today. Avoid. I assume this means traders should avoid these things. Let's read them. Number 1, holding losers. The way you have big losing trades, everybody, is you hold losers and you're on the wrong side of the moving averages. That's really how it breaks down. So from this channel, holding losers lets weeds grow in your garden. Weeds that grow in your garden are going to kill your garden and suffocate all your vegetables and flowers, right? So be really patient with your winners. Be super impatient with your losers. Please do not hold losers. Don't let your ego get in the way. If you're wrong, you're wrong. First loss is the easiest. Chasing big moves late. A lot of new traders do this. They chase big moves. They're like, oh man, this one's really going. I'm going to get in there. Well, again, it comes down to risk to reward. Kamal and I always talk about this being chasey, that being chasey. I just don't chase stocks, and I would recommend that you don't either. Trading too big. Well, we've all been there, right? That's what I like about how I trade. I take my maximum allowed loss. Good rule of thumb, maybe 1% of your capital. If you have $100,000, 1%, it's $1,000. Divide it by the value of the 2 ATR. And I don't have to think about, should I buy, should I not, how much should I, it just tells me. It's nice, but don't trade too big. Trading too big is just going to get you off the path of following your plan. Opinions. Having an opinion is the worst thing. It's very difficult, especially for really smart people. They always have opinions about things. But, not having an opinion is probably one of the best things that could ever happen to you in trading. Just follow the price action. Predictions. Okay, so predictions are kind of opinions. Same thing. Don't predict what's going to happen. Just trade what is happening. Over trading. This is one that a lot of people go through. Take fewer trades. The fewer trades that you take with better setups, the more money you're going to make, and the less stress it's going to be. Trust me, I know this. Watching every tick. All right, I'm guilty of this one, but it doesn't really do any good, right? Of just sitting and watching every tick. It's fun, I guess. It's entertaining, but you don't really need to do it. It just wears you out. FOMO, fear of missing out. You know, I could bring that back over here to chasing big moves. Don't worry about missing out. If you miss out, you miss out. Most of the time, you're not going to miss out. Most of the time, it's going to go right back down. But on the ones that you do miss out on, so what? Sometimes they get away. You'll find another one that has a good risk-reward ratio. Greed, you know, of course, greed makes people do dumb things. Try to just think about your process, everyone. Don't think about money. Don't think about wins. Don't think about losses. Just think about your process and managing your risk. And ego. You know, I read something somewhere that says, I'd rather have my ego bruised than my bank account. And ego is a big thing. I have friends that will not let a trade go if it's a loss. They won't do it. I'm not taking a loss. I'm not taking a loss. And to me, it's just like, what are you talking about? A loss means you're wrong, right? Why not, you know? And that's the downfall of many traders, is their ego. Just let it go. Take a loss. It's just part of the plan. So thank you, Steve Burns. Appreciate that. Really good trades. Real quick. Don't hold losers. Don't chase big moves. Don't trade too large. Don't have an opinion. Don't have a prediction. Don't overtrade. Don't watch every tick. Don't worry about FOMO. Just let it go. Don't be greedy, and don't have an ego. Just trade what's in front of you. So really good advice, Steve. Thank you so much, sir. Ba-bum-bum. Timothy says, JD. Yeah, is this going to be one of these that I can't see again? Yes, it is. What is going on? I apologize, everybody. This is totally annoying for you, and it's totally annoying for me. I just don't understand. Yesterday, we didn't have this problem whatsoever. Gosh, dang it. I don't know. Kamal, could you send me JD? Would that be possible? Man, dang it, everybody. I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't know why we're having this problem. Let's see. Kamal did send me a couple. All right, so this is DKNG. It's not bad. It's a V2. Here's day 1, here's day 2, here's day 3. Day 2 washes out day 1, day 3 closes above day 1. It's a little high in the channel. That's my only concern, but not bad. Here is IRSG. Thank you, Kamal. You're a lifesaver, man. False breakout to the downside V1. This is on ISRG. I don't know. It's rejected the -1 ATR channel. We're up against that big down bar yesterday. I don't think I like that, to be honest with you. And here's JD. Let's take a look. I don't think I really like it, Tim, to be honest with you. I mean, it is a false breakout to the downside here in a V1, but there's just a lot of downwards movement. There's not a lot of side-to-side movement. So, no, I don't think I get too excited about the JD either. And NVTA, I don't know. Kamal, if you could send me that one maybe as well. What a pain. What a pain, I say. Gosh darn it. I thought I had it figured out yesterday. Steve says, lots of ugly charts and volatility today. My short-term cross under signal remains bearish. Yeah, I totally agree. That's my feeling as well, is that it remains bearish, more of a bounce. I mean, you know what? Let's look at the volume today. Okay, there's some volume. It's not as much as the down move, though. That's for sure. Dan says, speaking of Frank, it was a total surprise for me to learn he didn't have private Gossett lessons. He is soaring with the pack. There you go. Okay. Oh, here's NVTA from Tim. Thank you, Tim. Is that also NVTA? Yeah, here you go. Tim and Kamal sent it. All right, so looks like, let me take a look back at mine. So, all right, that was yesterday. Yeah, 3 rejections of the 200-day moving average is not bad. Let's see, yesterday the RSI was 33.40. Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's a good risk to reward ratio. This is probably the one I like the most so far today, with the 3 rejections, one here, and one here of the 200-day moving average. Yeah, that would be my favorite one today for sure. All right. Well, let's take a look at some potentials for the end of the day here. So we have Amazon, close under, close back over, rejection of the negative third ATR channel. This all looks pretty good. My only hesitation at all is that we are halfway of yesterday's big down bar. We have less volume today on the upside than we did on the downside. Let's look. Currently, we are above the low of the range. That is a good thing. I like to see. Here's the low. We came down below it. We got stuck there for a lot of the day, and now we're above it. It's not bad. It's definitely not bad at all. Facebook. I like Amazon better. This is a close under, close over the 200, but there is more risk associated. There were further distance from the 200-day moving average. So I would like Amazon better than that. Box, this is a good example of having a huge up day but not chasing it. This is almost exactly what I thought was going to happen. But if we could come back down, test that 200-day moving average at the same time we're halfway of the big move up, that would offer a very good risk to reward ratio right there. Nothing today, but in the days to come, if we could bounce off this 200, I would be interested in that. Bonds, holy smokes, come on. I guess we should have taken the under 20 over 20 on the RSI. This is the reason the market's up today a lot, is because bond prices finally caught a bid and are moving up, which lowers interest rates. But this was an under 30 over 30, but I'm not going to chase it. I can't chase it here. It's too far. Yes, it is under 30 over 30, close above the 5 EMA, which is good. Kind of stuck right there at the negative third ATR channel. Almost pegged it perfectly, but this is too much of a chase for me. PDD. Oh no, candle charts. You know I can't read candle charts. Um, oh, actually, Tim probably doesn't know that. It's a joke. Um, let me see if I can actually pull it up here. Probably not. Nope. Great. Wait, let me look back at mine for reference. I don't I don't see anything I like here. When I look over here on these charts here, I mean, yeah, we're back over the 50. I like the ones that I looked at better, much better than that, to be honest with you, Tim. All right, Apple. Apple has an under 30, over 30. Yesterday we were 28.36. Today we're 38, but it's a bit of a chase. We went way under 30. Now we're already up to 38. My stop would be, back down to 30. I don't think I'm going to buy Apple here. I don't think I'm going to buy Apple here. I still think I like Amazon the best. VIX, it's interesting. We had that big up bar yesterday, and now we're right back to halfway. So, if I was looking to day trade VIX, I would probably look intraday for a buy right about here, but nothing on the end of the day. Okay, so let's look at gold. Gold could be very close to an under 30, over 30 here. I'll do some math on this just to check, just in case. Gold has got hammered, boy. Talk about hammered. All right, what else did we have to look at? We're looking at Adobe. Steve pointed out there's an under 200, over 200. Good risk to reward ratio there as well. Under 200, over 200. So let me do some math on this. DPZ. It's Domino's Pizza. And this one's not showing up. Great. Wow. Just really weird. Just really strangely weird. So gold could be a potential. Let's look at the bigger picture. Monthly, we're in the value zone. Well, it is back above 30 now. A lot of volume on this day. It's going the opposite of bonds. Actually, I would be interested in this. I would be interested in gold just for a little diversification. If it closes above 30. Right now, it's not. I think all in all, my favorite is Amazon with the under 30, over the under 30 today, over 30. Rejection of the negative third ATR channel and the close back above the 200. That would be my favorite position today. Would be Amazon, and then gold. I also would take gold if and only if it closes over 30 RSI. Morgs is here. Good to see you, bud. I looked at PDD. I didn't really quite like that. RKT. Good to see you, VJ. I'm having some issues with my charts again today, so I'm going to try to pull this up, but it's just missing today's date. I apologize. It's been a real pain in the butt this whole week. Yesterday it was all worked out, and today we're having the same issue, so I don't know what to say. I wish I could look at that for you. My apologies. Yeah, for some reason, anything that you're asking me to look at is not pulling up here. Dang it. Carlos is in on Amazon at 30.77.29. Okay, remind me at the end there, would you? Carlos, remind me at the end when the market's closed. All right, so I have to get out of Alibaba. I'm going to do that right now before I forget. That weekly trade did not work out, but next week I'll have my other charts up as a backup, so we'll have that. So this won't happen anymore. So I apologize. Yesterday it was worked out. I thought it was done, and I tried stuff during the day, and it was fine. All right. So AbVibe's doing great. That's a keeper. Alibaba, I just got out of. Eli Lilly's doing great. Holding. SPY, of course, I'm buying this at the close. WBA does look like it's holding my stop, so I will give it another shot. Q's, I'm short here from 330, so I am going to keep that. Give me a little hedge against the market. Plus, it's a profitable trade, and nothing's telling me to get out of it. WSM, doing great. I will hold that today as well. Apple, yeah, had some issues here with this 100-day moving average, so I won't be buying Apple even though there is an under 30, over 30. Oh, Kamal was nice enough to send me RKT. Okay, here's RKT. No, I don't like this at all. Look, we have a gapped way open, came all the way back down. This is a very bearish bar. I can't remember who asked me about that, but no, I would definitely not be interested in. Oh, it's VJ. No, I would this is a very bearish looking bar. I would not be interested in that. And here's Eli. ELY. And let's see who asked for that. That's Johan. ELY is pretty good, Johan. Look at that. Came into the value zone. Now we have a nice V2. Day 1, 2, 3. Bounce off this moving average here. Yeah, this looks good. I like this one. I do like ELY. I do like ELY for sure. Thank you very much, Kamal, for sending that to me. I appreciate that. Okay, remind me at the end there. So, all right, I guess it's time to make a decision. Gold is not over 30 yet, so I cannot buy it. Looks to me like Amazon's going to be my most likely here to buy. We'll take a shot at Amazon with the close over the 200. And then I am going to be watching gold, but gold is now 29.70, so not getting involved with that unless it closes back over the 30 RSI. Johan says, Kamal's company makes me feel better on NVTA. Yeah. All right, so I am closely watching gold here to see if it closes above. Let's see. So I'm going to go ahead and buy Amazon. Okay. Doesn't look like gold's going to be able to do it, so I'm going to pass on that, but I did buy Amazon already. Look at bonds just go. Holy smokes. Too chasey. Chasing big moves. That's a big move in my opinion. We have 1 minute until the weekend, everybody. How about that? Yeah, the risk to rewards are getting better and better and better on Amazon here as we speak. And gold is definitely not going to do it at this point. Wow, Dow's down 459 points. Wow. S&P down $1.53. So that's good for Steve and for Gary on their puts. Those might have come into the money already. All right. So that's the day, that's the week, that's the month. That was a really good month, I've got to say. I'm very grateful to have such a good month of trading this month. It's been fantastic. And so today I bought SPY at 380.36 and I bought Amazon at $3,102.18. All right. Okay. So today's new entry is 380.36. And Amazon is my new position at 3102.18. So that went down already since I bought it. But good risk to reward ratio, rejected the 30, rejected the negative third channel. So of course, what's my stop on this trade? Any close below the 200-day moving average. That's it. If I'm wrong, hopefully I'm wrong small. If I'm right, could go back maybe somewhere up in here, maybe 3, 4, 5 times the risk that I had. So anyway, really good day today. Very grateful for that. That's for sure. If any of my students have new entries or exits for me today, please let me know. Just put them in the chat. I'm going to get to those, but just real quick, just want to remind everybody that I do teach private one-on-one lessons in the evening time via Skype. I teach a 15-hour course, 5 sessions. Each session is 3 hours. I teach you everything I've learned in my last 25 years of trading, and everything I learned from my coaches, my mentors, everything I've discovered. I think it's a really good course. I know you'll be a better trader when you're done with the course. I promise you that. I think you'll look at the market a whole different way. I'm going to teach you every single strategy I have, step by step by step, so you know exactly what to do. You don't have to guess. You don't have to have opinions. So it's very detailed. And it's a lot of work, the course. So if you are interested in it, be ready to work. And also, if you're interested, you can just send me an email. The email's in the description of this video. You can send me a message on Twitter. If you do, I'll reach out to you. I'll reply back and say, let's set up a Skype call. Skype call is free. It's just for you and I to talk about you and your trading, your challenges, your goals, and a good time for you to ask me questions about the course. And then when we're done with the call, you can think about it. And then if you're interested, you can email me back and we'll get it scheduled. Second, I do have a new course, online course available at udemy.com. I have the link in the description of this video. It's a great course. It's on the deep dip buy stock trading strategy. I use it all the time. Today I bought it on Amazon, I bought Amazon today based upon the deep dip buy approach. It's on Udemy for like $13. You get 10 hours of video. It's really good, step by step. If you can't take the one-on-one course, I think that's the second best option. And then lastly, if you like today's podcast, I really would appreciate it if you could hit the thumbs up button. Helps build the channel, keeps the channel around. So if you don't mind hitting that before you head on with your weekend, I would really, truly appreciate that. And everyone, I'm so sorry for the issues that I'm having with the charts. I don't know why I'm having this. I've been on the phone with Trade Navigator. We've downloaded different things. Yesterday it worked. And so I sincerely apologize. I know it's a pain for you. It's a pain for me. Trust me, it gives me a lot of anxiety. But I will have my backup charts available starting next Monday, so we won't have to go through this. And thank you to Tim, and thank you for Kamal for backing me up and sending me those links. That was kind of both of you. All right, let's take a look here. Bum, bum, bum. Now let's see. Carlos is in Amazon. All right, so I'm just going to put your name up here, Carlos. So good deep dip buy. Very good. Kamal says he's going to buy NVTA. And that's yesterday's, so I'll put it here today. And so I'll just put Kamal here. And DK and G. That's not right. Oh, finally, DKNG showed up. Huh. Okay. Well, that's good, yeah. There's some kind of delay with the data, or it's getting something. All right. There you go, Kamal. I got you on NVTA and DKNG. Gary, RK, RKT has a 520 crossover, but a bearish bar today, higher open and much lower close. Johan says, Kamal's company makes me feel better on NVTA. Yeah. Johnson says, few negative big bars on Apple the last few minutes. Yeah, everything went, oh my gosh. I didn't realize how much Apple went down in the last few minutes. Look at that, everybody. Okay, so this is a good example that Johnson's told us about of large financial institutions coming. I mean, look at the volume. All through the day, nothing on the other 5-minute bars. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about in the last few minutes of the day. This is the last 10 minutes of the day. Look when the large financial institutions. It's not you and I making little trades on Apple that are making this much volume. Those are big financial institutions, and they were selling heavily. Thanks for pointing that out, Johnson. I appreciate that. Wow, Facebook dumped in today. So yeah, it looks like a lot of stuff. Okay, Alibaba. Yeah, that one just didn't work out for us, did it, Johnson? It was a good signal that didn't work out. BYD up $3. Yes, it is up 5.39%. Way to go, Paxton. Way to go, Tracy. You sold half, but I'm glad you still have half. Kamal is out of BA, half of it. Okay. Okay, if I could spell the word sold, that would be a start. There we go. Gary's in Amazon. Yep, good deep dip buy on Amazon. Doesn't mean it's going to be a winner, but it is a good setup. It's a clean setup. This did go under 30. Let me see. Oh, 32. Okay. But it did reject the negative third ATR channel. It rejected yesterday's low, closed above the 200-day. Good risk to reward ratio. This is the kind of trade I'm talking about when you look for a good, solid, clean trade that you can feel good about. All right. Johan is in Amazon and NVTA. The dynamic duo, Kamal and Johan, usually have pretty good trades, I have to say. Okay. Mamal is here. Hello, Mamal. Nice to see you. And you went with Amazon as well. Well, I know you're taking the online course. And so, as you can see from the course, this is exactly the kind of setup. Doesn't mean it has to go up, but it is a good back-tested approach with the rejection. There were no more sellers under the 200-day today. That is good. Let's see. So, and then NVTA also. Okay, I'm not going to put the price. I'm just going to put the name. Otherwise, we'll have too many lines and stuff. All right, nice going there. David is in Amazon. Kamal says, thank you, Johan. Carlos says, by the way, everyone, I picked that up in my training. Excellent course. I'm no longer changing the Reddit news trying to get lucky. Yeah, please don't do that, anyone. Please don't. You know, Carlos is a student of mine, and I'm glad he's learning some good trading principles and some real trading plans instead of chasing and following Reddit. Yeah, please don't do that. I can promise you, I don't think that's going to end well if you do that. Carlos says, thank you, Greg. Have a good weekend, everyone. Very thankful for my training. Great music to my ears, Carlos. Looking forward to our next lesson week from today, I think, right? I don't have my calendar, but I think that's when it is. Tracy says, thanks, Greg. Good to see you, Tracy. I'm really glad that your BYD bounced nicely today. Dan says, yesterday got out of all of MicroStrategy with a 10% gain. I bought again this morning on a V2 for an extra 1%. Nice, Dan. Nice. All right, okay. So we'll take that one off there. I love when I hear that any of you out there are having profitable trades. Really makes me happy, makes my toes curl. Seriously, that's why I do this, right? Everyone have a great weekend. Thank you, Timothy. Hopefully next week we can get together. I think I have some time at the beginning of the week, Tim. It will be good to catch up with you again. Dan says, don't put me up on the board is FYI. I got you. I took it off. Khalid, nice to see you, Khalid. Khalid says, hello. I'm enjoying the excellent content in your course. Thank you. Thank you. That's very kind of you, sir. Appreciate it. If there's anything I can help you with, just let me know. All right. If you ever have any questions. So just real quick, Ad Vibe. Kamal and Gary and I are in the trade. It's positive trade. Happy for that. It's a keeper. One profit target today, Eli Lilly. This has been a really nice trade over the last 4 days. A little off of its high, but still up nicely. One profit target. Had the nice overnight SPY trade, thankfully, and then bought SPY again today. Hold it over the weekend. WBA. Oh my gosh. Look at this, everybody. I made a mistake. I did not get out of WBA. When I looked at it before the close, it was still above. So sometimes trading mistakes happen. When I'm done with the podcast, I'll go after hours and see if there's any volume for me to get out. If there's not, boy, this hasn't happened to me in a long time. But you see it closed below halfway the washout bar. But I was just busy with other things. So anyway, lesson to me to pay more attention. I just didn't see that big sell-off in the last few minutes. Yeah, I made a mistake here. I should have gotten out at close below halfway the washout bar. That's not a good sign. So I'll just have to live with that mistake. And first thing Monday morning, I will get out of it. If it or after hours today, if there's any volume, but I don't think there will be. If it were to close, if it were to open, this is kind of good information. If it were to open above my stop here of 48.18, I would keep it. If it opened there Monday, I would keep it. But if it opens anywhere under my stop, even if it gaps down, I'm just going to have to pay for my mistake. But yeah, good lesson for me. You don't see this happen to me very often, but it did happen to me today. I should have been out on this. Darn. Okay, Apple was my day trade. And Amazon on the new trade. Sonny says, when you enter a position that has a confluence of signals, how do you decide which signal to use as your guide for managing your trade? It's a really good question. So, I teach this a lot in my courses, but the quick answer, Sonny, is whatever stop is the closest. Let me see if I can give you an example. Let's go to Apple. No, Apple's not good either. Let me see if I can. That's an excellent question. Okay, here we go. This was a real trade, Sonny. So when you have a confluence of signals, you have a close on this. I took this trade on Facebook. It closed under the 200, over the 200. But it also closed under the 30 and over the 30. I have different rules for if I take something under 30, over 30, compared to if I take them under 200, over 200. So whenever I have an under 30, over 30, under 200, over 200, I have an option. My end of day stop could be an under 30, or it could be a close below the 200 day. I will always choose the close below the 200 day as my stop rather than a close under 30 RSI. If all I have is a close under 30 over 30, of course I'm going to use the close under 30. But if I have an under 30 over 30, under 200 over 200, I'm always going to pick the 200. But in a better way to answer your question, if you have two different signals that happen at the same time, I almost always use the stop on the signal that would be the closest to my entry, the one that would give me the tighter stop. Does that make sense, Sonny? So if I have multiple signals, I look at all the different, what would be my exit signals for each signal, and I would pick the one that is the closest. Like on here, under 30, over 30, under 200, over 200, I have the option of getting out if it closes under 30, or if I have an option of getting out of under 200. The 200 is going to be a closer stop than the 30. So I always pick the closer one. Does that make sense, Sonny? Gary says, thanks, Greg. Have a nice weekend. You bet. Mamal says, thank you so much for the Udemy course. I have only finished 7 lessons, but I'm enjoying it a lot. And today I was excited to get into some trading. Excellent. And thank you so much for getting the course, Mamal. And, like I say in the course, if you have any questions while you're watching that course, just ask me here, right? Just ask me here, and I will answer them for you. But I appreciate it. It's very kind of you, and I hope it's helping you. Carlos says, sorry, chasing news. Kamal says, WBA, same problem, last 10-minute dump. Oh, yeah. You didn't catch it either? Mamal said, should I use market or limit orders? Previously, I've only traded long-term and always use market orders with the fear of a limit order not being filled, but not sure what I should do for swing trading. The type of stocks that I trade, Mamal, are big stocks, indexes, Amazons, Apples, big large cap stocks. I generally always use market when I'm entering the positions. Of course, with my profit targets, I put in limit order. So I always use limit orders for my profit targets, but I usually just use market orders getting into those. Now, that's different than if I traded some kind of small illiquid stock with a huge spread. Normally I wouldn't trade those anyway. But if I was going to do that, which I wouldn't, I would definitely use a limit order because the spreads are too large. But if they're large, big cap indexes or large monster stocks, yes, I use market orders. Gary says, I missed that too on WBA, wasn't looking. Okay, well, I guess we all didn't do our job. Gary and Kamal and I. Yeah, it got away from me. It moved so fast at the end there, but lesson to all three of us, right? To pay more attention to that. Lovett says, on Amazon, there's a lot of bearish indicators. MACD, impulse, weekly downtrend. What about today's setup tells you to overlook those indicators? Yeah, it's a good question. A couple things. One, a close under and close back over on Amazon, Lovett, does have good backtest results if you backtest it over the long run. So there is an edge to this setup here. Also, in addition to just the close under, close over 200, we also had a V1. We washed out yesterday's bar, closed back over. We bounced at the negative third ATR channel. 92% of prices bounce here. And also, the risk to reward, just the risk to reward itself is good because it's so close. And keep in mind, everybody, deep dip buys, if you're in a deep dip buy situation, all the indicators are going to look horrible. Does that make sense, Leva? It's not like you're going to have well, that's not true sometimes, but most of the time, if you have a deep dip buy, MACD is going to be negative. You're going to be below all the moving averages. Everything's going to look horrible just by the fact that it's a deep dip, right? So sometimes you kind of have to overcome that. And remember, there are levels, even when it's going down and things look horrible, where it will bounce. So that's good risk to reward ratio, good back tested approach with the under 200, over 200, V1, bounce at the negative third ATR channel. So rarely are you going to get a deep dip buy with MACD being positive and things looking positive. It rarely happens. I get that question a lot. Does that make sense? Love it. Sonny says, that makes sense. Go for smaller risk. Go for the closer stop. If you have multiple signals, each signal has a different stop. Go for the one with the closest. Sonny said that is actually what I guessed your answer would be. Oh, there you go. Kamal says, I am not in WBA. Was not looking at Facebook. Oh, okay. All right, good. You were not looking. Did Facebook close below? What is going on? Oh, it did. Wow, that must have just been brutal at the end. Oh, I'd say. Kamal says all the large volume on various charts is the market on close orders. That's right. But majority of people doing the market on close orders are the large financial institutions, right? Lova says, thank you, very helpful. I hope that helped, but rarely are you going to get a deep dip buy that looks good. Just the fact that it's a deep dip buy, it's horrible and scary to buy. But, I mean, look, if we go back on Facebook, Lova, look at the buy that I bought here. Under 30, over 30, under the 200, over the 200, under the negative third, over the negative third. Was there anything that looked good about this at the time? No. MACD was negative. We were under all the moving averages. Does that make sense? It's scary. It's scary to buy deep dip buys. I grant you that. But the important part about the deep dip buy is that there were no more sellers back under 30, over 30. There were no more sellers back there. There were no more sellers. We tested under the 200, went over. So, yeah, I totally get you. But just by default, deep dip buys are always going to look horrible technically. And that's why there's a lot of potential reward there for you, is because you're buying when things aren't looking good. But, of course, that gives the most opportunity. All right, as always, if we all do one random act of kindness daily, we just might set the world in the right direction, by Martin Kornfeld. Let's please try to go out and make it a habit. I promise it's really for you. If you could just go out and do one nice thing for one human each day, go out and do one nice thing for one animal each day, it's like a perfect trifecta. It's going to make you feel good. It's going to make the other human feel good. It's going to make the animal feel good. And, we're all connected. We're all together. So if we all feel better, if everyone feels better, we should all feel better. So try to make it a habit. And it's good for your trading too. I'm telling you, it will improve your trading. I don't know if that's true, but it couldn't hurt, right? Dan says, a recurring thought I have had is someday we all meet up. It would be hard to do. I would love that. I don't know. Maybe we'll all be in Las Vegas at one time or something like that. That would be fun, right? It would be great to meet up. I'll tell you what, sometimes I have thoughts that I'm just going to buy like an RV or a cool little camper, and sometimes I think it'd be fun to take a break from trading and just travel around the country. I'd go by and I would visit all of you if you wanted me to. I have a little trade set up in my van. I'm telling you, I would go and visit a lot of people. I'd run over there, see Kamal, go see Steve, hang out with Frank. I can't see Johan because I can't drive there, but I would make the rounds. That would be great to meet everyone in person. Mamal says, thanks for answering the question. You are welcome. Lova says, thank you. I like your detailed explanation. You make it easier to learn. Great. Good. Johan says, thanks, Greg, and everyone. Have a fabulous weekend. Thank you. Kamal says, thank you, Greg. Have a great weekend. I hope everyone has a great weekend. I hope you had a good trading month. Got a little rocky road at the end of the day, end of the month here. But look, March is coming up. Let's think and meditate a little bit about the good thing we've done this in February, maybe some of the bad things that we need improvement on, maybe write them down, maybe make some goals, maybe make some promises to yourself. I'm going to do better at this. I'm going to pay more attention to position sizes. One for me, Greg, please pay more attention at the end of the day if your stop is triggered like today, right? But in general, my best advice, and I've done this since the beginning of the year when I had my little Traders New Year's resolution, and I've had an unbelievable year, like record, like unbelievable. And the only, I think you remember when I said it, I'm going to take fewer trades, and I'm going to be more particular in the trades that I take, and I'm going to trade with larger size. And that's what I've done. So I think, maybe that's something you could do starting in March. Fewer trades, look for better trades, more confluences, better setups. Risk to rewards hugely important, but let's all make that pact starting for March. Kamal says you can trade from the RV. You just need the last 15 minutes anyway. Yeah, I could trade for the RV for sure. Yep. Johan says I can come meet you in the US when the pandemic passes. There you go. Just fly over. Miko says, oh, I'd visit Miko for sure. Thanks, Greg. Have a great weekend, everyone. Thank you, Miko. I would definitely visit Miko. Paxton, I could visit Paxton anytime because we live in the same town. Come to Vegas. Tracy and I will elope. Hey, there you go. That sounds good. I'll be the witness, Pac. All right. Well, I think that's it. I am teaching tonight. So Lilia, if you are out there, I am looking forward to our lesson. It's been a couple weeks, been on vacation. I hope you had a good time, but I'm looking forward to the lesson. So thanks a lot, everybody. I hope you have a really good weekend. Be good. Be safe, and hopefully see you Monday morning. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye. U.S. government required disclaimer. Stock, options, futures, and forex trading is not appropriate for everyone. While there is a potential for large rewards, there is also a substantial risk of loss associated with trading. The material in this video or live broadcast is not geared towards any particular individual or to any particular financial situation and is not intended to meet the particular investment objectives of any viewer. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Any and all information contained in, implied, or referenced by this video or live broadcast is not to be construed as investment advice, and no representation is made that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast is an investment or financial advisor or is registered or authorized to give any financial advice. We are publishers and educators only. Therefore, the various producers of this video or live broadcast will not accept liability for any loss or damage of any kind which may arise either directly or indirectly out of the use of any of this material, including any loss of profit. No representation is made that any account or investment will or is likely to achieve the profit or losses demonstrated. We recommend consultation with a licensed and qualified professional before making any investment decision. This video or live broadcast is not to be construed as an offer to buy or sell any security, financial instrument, or financial product of any kind. Notice is hereby given that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast or their clients may have an interest in any security, financial instrument, or financial product mentioned or referenced. Any simulated or hypothetical performance result depicted does not represent actual trading and therefore may under or overcompensate for the impact of various market factors